asking the most Brexit place in Britain if they regret it. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got?
Politicians, they're just, coked up posh boys that think they can run the entire planet, and it's just like, what?
Did you
I feel that.
Yes.
Are you happy with how Brexit has gone?
No.
If you want to come and work in our country and we need you, come. If you don't, if you're here for a payment holiday and benefits, then don't come.
I don't know if you know this, but Boston had the highest proportion of Leave voters in the UK.
Okay.
Does that surprise you?
Not really, no, to be honest.
Would you want to go back into the EU?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. I didn't really want to come out. I'm very much a Europhile anyway. It was only my ex-wife. And the idea that Turkey would come into the EU and then we'd be loused out with thousands of Turks. I got no problem with Turkish people. I love Turkish people. But to have all of my wife's family coming over, oh no.
He said, I never wanted to leave the EU, right? I like being in the EU. But the thought of Turkey coming in here and the thought of my wife, all my wife's family being able to move here, that was enough to make me say, let's go. That's Brexit. That alone, the thought of her family coming here alone was enough to say, I'm a Brexit voter. I vote to leave. That's crazy.
But to have all of my wife's family coming over, oh no.
I voted to leave Europe, and I recognise the direction it was going in, and it's authoritarian.
So my other half, he's a farmer. He wanted to remain because there was lots of gifts available to farmers in terms of subsidies. I'm a business owner and I wanted to leave. I wanted to take back control of immigration. And actually, ironically, neither of us voted. We were lying in a field in Glastonbury. And we had this conversation that he was one way and I was the other. And therefore, we cancelled each other out. So therefore, it was okay that we hadn't voted because we were lying in a field in Glastonbury. So
that's a good point. That's a good point. That if we both vote, and we gonna cancel each other votes out, or both of us don't vote, and we don't get a vote in it. But either way, our votes would cancel each other out. So we may as well just not vote.
yeah, but that's where we are on that situation.
Why did you vote to leave?
I've got an ex-missus who's Turkish, and I was rather afraid that we'd have all the Turks over here. And an ex-missus who's completely bonkers is quite enough, thank you.
Perhaps coming over in these dinghies, I feel sorry for them because they're escaping from terrible times. But why do they go through so many countries to seek asylum in England when there's other countries there? Because it's an easy ride, and the government's got to listen to us. I'm only one voice, but something needs addressing. It needs sorting out. You can't keep letting them come, putting them in hotels and paying thousands of pounds a week to house them. And then there's other poor people here what's from England, what's homeless, and they're laid on the streets. How does that work?
Yeah, with immigration, I've never looked into all of the problems or benefits that come with immigration. It just sucks because I've always been one who believed, like, I did nothing to be born here. Like, there was nothing in my control, and it's basically all luck of the draw. So I feel like if you're born in one of the worst countries or one of the most terrible situations, then I feel like you should be able to freely move to a better situation. Now, I understand if everybody did that, then that'd be a whole nother can of worms. It'd be a lot more problems that come with that. I do understand that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like some people are you just get born in a good country, and so you're lucky, and some people get born in a terrible situation, which is no fault of their own, in which you're born in a good country, you did nothing to be born there. And so I feel like everybody in the world should be able to move freely. Again, I know that's unrealistic. I know that opens up a whole lot of other problems, but just telling you how I feel.
Did you vote to leave the EU?
I didn't vote at all.
What was it about the Leave movement that appealed to you?
Well, how can I say? I suppose it's trying to look after your own and look after your people in the town. And when you look around the town, you know, look at the murder rate around the town. You've only got to, you know, it's just, people need to start looking at this town. It's terrible, you know. It's a place where I don't want to be anymore. I've lived in the town all my life. I don't want to be in this town.
Because I personally believe everybody has the right to try and better themselves and bring their family along for the ride. If you want to come and work in our country and we need you, come. If you don't, if you're here for a payment holiday and benefits, then don't.
There's a lot of foreign people working in the hospitals because they want to work. The trouble is as well, a lot of the English don't want to work. They just want to sit there and claim benefits. It's too easy. You know what I mean? I've worked all my life in the building trade and I've grafted all my life. And that's how I've been brought up. But a lot of them, they just don't want to work.
When I first came here, you know...
I don't be wanting to work either. I don't want to work. I will work because I do like to eat and I do like a roof over my head and I do like the benefits that come with making money. But I mean, I don't want to work. If I could just chill, get benefits or whatever, I'd much rather choose that route because working is stressful.
Like that was 12 years ago. It was much different than what it is now. So, you know, I don't honestly blame the locals, you know, for doing that. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Where did you come from?
From Latvia. From first, yes. When I was in school, you know, I've heard, not to me personally, you know, to other people, like go back to your own country. That was like, you know, I think, how to say, you know, that's what a lot of people said, you know, to like foreign people. Now I can't really hear it that much, you know, because even when you walk around Boston, all you do hear is foreign people rather than, you know.
Did you vote to leave?
Yes.
Are you happy with how Brexit has gone?
No.
Why are you not happy about it?
When you look at it, I didn't really look at it in depth. You look at the, how can I say, you lose your collective bargaining. You know, I was duped really, I suppose. I jumped on that bandwagon of, yeah, let's get out and get... No, I was wrong.
So you regret it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, if I'm honest, I was a dispassionate leaver. And to be honest with you, that's because I kind of felt that you couldn't bring people with you. I was a taxi driver in Rayleigh before my brain tumour, which is a massive, which is in Essex, massive. Mark Francois, our MP. Right. It was a massive Leave voter thing. To be honest, I was dispassionate about it. But 6 years later, we're still in a state where we've got a load of people who say, let's leave it, look at this smoking pile of rubble, isn't it great? And we've got a load of other people on the other side to say, let's just rebuild it as it was, instead of rebuilding it brick by brick and bringing people with you.
You look at what you lost through Brexit and, you know, you got, like, I try to explain to people when, I was a union rep, and I know as a group of, if you go in and command something or try and get something, then as a group you get listened to. As an individual, you don't get listened to. It's like if you go do a deal with another country to buy their gas, or you know, as a group, you've got bargaining rights. You've got collective bargaining rights. As one person going in and saying, "I want to buy your gas," they'll go, "Well, I'm sorry, you'll pay our price." But as a collective group, you've got more clout. You know.
I feel exactly what he's saying. I completely agree with what he's saying. I mean, what he's saying is true. And I feel like for a lot of people who voted to leave, they envisioned things going a little differently. Again, there you may still need a little more time because the pandemic caused a lot of it to get held up to be worse off than I'm sure what they planned. But a lot of people are like, yeah, we voted to leave, but that might have been the wrong choice. It's the benefits that came with being in the EU that I would enjoy again.
multicultural has regenerated this place. If you'd have come here 30 years ago, it was just dying its backside, really. But now it's all vibrant. Look down here, you've got Lithuanian restaurants, Bulgarian restaurants, Polish bakeries. It's absolutely fantastic. And obviously it's the Eastern Europeans that have really created a renaissance for Boston. So what it was, the people who voted in Boston to leave, was fundamentally the old white British population, certainly pushed to that way by the right-wing press, etc., to take that viewpoint. But it's not a general viewpoint. It's only on that majority of white English. And of course, bear in mind, this has been very much an agricultural area, and consequently not a highly intellectual area, where you've got all these other people coming in here taking all the jobs, because they're actually doing the jobs, and they're what's making this place is now. If you
taking all the job because they're actually doing it. Thank you, because they're actually doing the job.
Hadn't have been for the Eastern Europeans come here, the Boston would have physically died 20 years ago. It's absolutely fantastic what's happened now.
Are you happy with how Brexit has gone?
No, I don't think anybody's happy with how Brexit's gone. I think, bear in mind, mine was a particular reason, it's whatever, but as far as Brexit's concerned, it was ill thought out. It's led to all kinds of issues, especially in Northern Ireland, and the fact of the matter is, we have to address this. We either got to get some sort of trade deal with Europe to restore most of what we had previously, or we've got to go back in. This idea of Britain as being able to be an independent country and out there in the bigger, wider world, it's never going to scan. We're a small country. We're a has-been empire. We've got to be a part of a bigger thing. And this idea that we're all going to become the whole new wonderful England, it's not always going to happen. It's going to keep forcing down wages, forcing down living conditions, which is not what we need. We need a broader middle class in this country. That's what we desperately need. It's no good having this wealth divide we've got at the moment. It's too divisional. We've got to have something better than this. So we need to.
I feel that. Hey, my guy speaking facts here. He said, "Nah, this is what we going through. Ain't good. We a has-been empire. You know what I'm saying? We're a small country. We can't be independent and becomes this incredible country that we envision. It's like we need to make a deal with Europe, or we need to go back into the EU. But doing it alone, we can't do that.
Expand the middle class, which will probably mean have some form of trade deal with Europe that's going to work.
I won't be here at the end of the day because of my circumstances, and I just hope that things will have moved on. My children will have a different view. My grandchildren will have a different view on things. I made the boat. I couldn't make it either way. At the end of the day, I'm old school. At the end of the day, people weren't happy after 40 years, and I just worry that nobody still, even now, hasn't made a positive case for staying for it. Everybody seems to be fighting for, no, it's terrible, yes, it's great, or whatever.
I swear to God.
I kind of hope over the next 10 to 15 years we'll move a little bit further, building it brick by brick. Why don't we just move forward one step at a time and bring people with you?
That's all you can do is move forward one step at a time.
Every step of the way. I don't know, to be honest with you. It won't be my decision. I don't have to live with it. I voted leave because I didn't think it would have a great effect on me, and to be honest, it hasn't.
What's something that would really improve people's lives in Boston?
Smiling. I'm going to go completely off the bat. Smiling, being nice to each other, stop attacking each other, looking for common goals.
There you go. I completely agree with that statement. That's all we got. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about Brexit. Whether if you're from the UK, whether you think you should have stayed or leaving is still a great thing. If you guys have a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal out.